Aquarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for July 3rd through the 9th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Now let's see, Aquarius, what's going on? There you go. Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those readings, huh? The overall energy for the reading, the moon. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of things at play that you may not consciously be aware of. And it seems like one of those readings where everything goes wrong in the way you perceive things, but it's not about that. There's something else here. But anyways, let's take a look here. In the recent past, the Knight of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Ace of Swords. This is one of those energies of, you know, you make your own bed, you basically lie in it. It's like hurting yourself knowingly, kind of a thing. Like, I'm gonna do this, and I know it's not gonna be good for me, but I'm still gonna do it. I don't know what the hell that was, but it definitely brought in some pain here. And it's definitely your action there, tied up to it. In the current situation, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you're just tired at this point. You know, you just want calm. You just want that flow, that peaceful flow to pretty much everything. And I kind of get the sense that you're dealing with something that got you stuck a little bit in your head. So it's like just tired of it, you know, kind of getting to that place here. In the immediate future, the Two of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Tower. You're resisting something here, and the more you resist it, the harder it's going to get, you know? I'm not sure what this is about, but let's clarify. Let's see what the hell is going on here. Let me do the moon. Oh, you get the Fool, the Lovers, the Chariot. All right. So whatever you're dealing with could revolve around a particular person, a particular connection you have with someone. And I feel like what you're not seeing right now is that this is a pretty important connection. In the sense that, because the way you're kind of revolving around this connection right now is possibly in a very negative way, with all of the energies that are being formed around it. But this is not that. This is not meant for that, this connection. Quite the opposite. I feel like it's supposed to be very healing. And, okay, you know, I could see this going into healing. You know, right now it doesn't feel that way and it doesn't feel good, but I could see it going there. Let's do the Knight of Swords in the recent past. The Four of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups. Okay. Yeah, this is, I mean, I'm not sure if it's the same connection or if it's just kind of random, you know, one of the relationships in your past or something like that. Because I see you going with a lot of determination towards something that feels, this is right, this feels right, my heart feels right for this one. Let's go, let's do. So definitely coming from a great place here initially, you know, but as things progress, I feel like things go south and you're unable to identify that. So the intention, the initial go at it, definitely coming from a great place, great intentions, clarity. Let's do that Three of Swords. The Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Death card. Now that becomes very messy very fast. Because you're looking like, okay, I've exhausted all of this. This is great energy. Soul connection, heart is in it. It's healing. Feels very good. And then you get to a place where it doesn't feel so good anymore. And when you get to that place, instead of just, you know, being able to identify that and be like, okay, I'm out. It almost looks like you're waiting for it to die off, or waiting for the next best thing, or almost like, well, I need to have something to grab on before I can leave. And that in itself creates a lot of pain, because the only thing that you should have grabbed on was you and how you felt. Didn't feel right? Okay, why would I put myself through this? So just kind of stagnating and just kind of letting it play off, but off out of your life, basically, even though things didn't feel good anymore, you know? I kind of get the sense that this is more of a general approach to things rather than focused on a particular situation, but it could be focused on one, who knows. For the Ace of Swords, you get the Four of Cups, the High Priestess, the Ten of Wands. Okay, so eventually you do listen to your intuition. It just takes a very, very long time for you to be like, okay, nothing is showing up as the next best thing, so I'm gonna have to do it. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to do it. It feels very, very, very hard to do, close to impossible, but I'm gonna have to eventually listen to my intuition. And yeah, it's sad, and yeah, it's painful, but it's more painful to put yourself through this position of just staying in that pain, you know? So okay, so that's a little bit of a pattern that's showing up there. All right, let's do the Eight of Swords in the current situation. Okay, there they are. The Temperance card, the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles. For this one that you are dealing with right now, which I feel like it's one very important connection you're dealing with, I'm not sure of the attachment, the physical attachment to it, if there is any. There could be. But spiritually, it's definitely strong in there. And it's been there for a while. The confusing part about this one, I feel like it's codependence versus independence in this one. You know, how do I keep my independence here? Because I want to. There's definitely a desire to gain that through this situation, but there's also a whole lot of confusion on how to do that, you know. Let's do the Six of Swords. Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Okay. You're slow. Okay, now I know why the past has been revealed in that way, because the Six of Swords with the Queen of Wands for some reason leads me back to that pattern, you know, the way you used to do things, where the initial temptation here for you is to go back to that. You know, it's easier. You've done it who knows how many times, so it's something you know how to do. So your initial response to, I don't know how to deal with this, so I'm kind of stuck, so I don't want to deal with this, would be to wait for the next best thing, right? Like in the past, or, you know what, as hard as it is, I got to get myself out of this. So that's the initial thing, to go look in the direction of the next best thing. But it's a different story this time around, you know? The importance of this connection is very different than all the other ones in the past. Everything is different. You possibly worked on yourself a lot, you know, from that point to this point. So when that pattern starts to show up, it becomes quite confusing for you. Quite, I can't pull that here. I can't work with that here. So I kind of get the sense that instead of doing that and falling onto that pattern, you're kind of allowing yourself to open up to something new. To, you know what? Let's see if we do things different. What's going to happen, you know? And I don't even know how this different is going to look like. I'm just not going to do it in the same way that I did it. And that in itself is going to make it different. So let's see what happens, you know? Interesting. Let's do the Six of Pentacles. Oy. The Four of Wands, the Hangman, the Magician. There it is. The minute you start doing things in a different way, you already rejected the old pattern. So it's no longer welcomed. So things are going to start looking a whole lot different than they did in the past. And when you have, when you're confused about how to bring up an energy versus another, or whatever you want to do about the situation, you can still be confused about it, but you can work with it rather than run from it, or, have it be so painful that it scares you away. Things are definitely starting to straighten up here. There's room for commitment. There's possibly energy that's being exchanged around, hey, where do you want to take this? Or where do you want to go with this? Or, planning around this commitment. Right now, I don't see much happening. I just see the energies falling into place, and almost like a sense of pause. Like, okay, well, the energies are in place. Now rest. Kind of feels like that a little bit. Like everything's going to play out. Just let it. And you're definitely manifesting all of the energies that are falling into place. You're manifesting those. You call those in. So great job on manifesting this. Let's do the Two of Swords in the immediate future. You get the Three of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Okay. It's just this rush. Whenever you're trying to rush something, that's when things get very, very complicated very fast. As I said, for right now, things are where they need to be. They just need to be left alone too. And then there's you being like, but I gotta do something. But I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta get prepared, I gotta blah, blah, blah. The minute you jump in with that energy, in an energy that actually asks you to stand still, there's a lot of things that are coming through that are not feeling great. Overthinking, like, why? Well, I did this, then why isn't it not working out? Because you're doing it in an energy that asks you for pause. So the energy's not going to budge, You may be like, what's going on here? Why isn't it working? And I feel like you're in tune with this energy currently. But as time passes and still nothing moves, you're getting really antsy, you're really excited, like, no, we need to make something move. And it's still not the time. The energy still is pausing. So it's like, spitting against the wind. It's not gonna happen. It's just gonna create more anxiousness for you and all sorts of things that may not be desired. For the Seven of Wands, you get the King of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Moon. There's still things that are at play that maybe you're not supposed to know, maybe you're not ready to know. I feel like this energy right here that comes in and tells you, hey, things are falling as we're talking here. Things are falling into place. And then silence. I feel like this is a very important energy to you right now. Because you're coming in very strong after things have fallen into place. And after a little bit of a silence time, you're coming in very strong, being like, no, we gotta move things, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and the moon shows up at the end. Kind of tapping you on your shoulder and telling you, chill. We're good here. Hear the sound of silence because it's still there. And you're trying to really agitate something here that, and the more you do that, it kind of feels like you're embodying some sort of a very passionate energy. Let's do this. And then the more you do that, the harder it's going to get for you, the shittier it's going to get. It's just a matter of trusting. If you do hear that sound of silence, it's a matter of trusting it. It knows what it's doing. But trying to fight against it, look at this, 2 towers. For the tower, you get the tower, the Ace of Swords, the star, by doing. I know you have something in mind here. This is your energy. And whatever you got going on here, is part of your desire. So it's kind of normal in a way to want to act on it. It's kind of like, well, I need to do something about it, right? Right. At the same time, sometimes we don't have to do shit. Sometimes we do a lot by not doing. And this could be one of those situations for you. And I feel like that's what you're not seeing. You know, the more you do in this situation where you're being asked to pause, 2 towers, 2, 2, 1, 2, which is not going to prevent you from getting to where you need to go. It's just going to make it a whole lot harder. Very hard. 2, 1, 2. I'm going to say it until you get it. I think you got it the first time, but I'm still going to say it. Anyways, let's see what the universe has. 2. The King of Pentacles, the Death card, the 5 of Swords. The universe is like... The universe is very funny because I feel like whatever we talked about, it may apply to something you're engaged in for your sense of stability, for your sense of security. It may apply to that. I don't see it as that. I see this whole reading applying to a very important connection you have in your life that's more closer to your heart than to... Not that what you're doing is not close to your heart, but I feel like it's more to a person rather than, you know, your path in life. But the universe is like, okay, you're done with whatever you've been working on that got you to this place of, I achieved this and it feels good, and you're done with that. Because I kind of get the sense that there's one particular area of your life where you kind of know you're done with that chapter, but you're like, no, I'm not. There's a big part of you that knows, yes, you are. So this is the universe coming in. You know, whatever you worked on, and it got you to a pretty important place in your life, especially tied up to your material situation, you're done with it. And you're coming in as, can I be done next week? I'll be done next week, you know. So could be that in the reading, could be tied up all to this. I don't see it that way. That's why I see the universe kind of funny, because it's like, oh, also tell them whatever this crap is that they're lying to themselves about, they're done with it. So interesting reading, but that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time too. Bye.